Good morning, all of you. In the today's class, I am going to discuss about the energy source, one of the energy source, that is a battery. Okay. So the battery is made up of unit cells containing the chemical energy that is converted to electrical energy. So the battery will be having a different unit cells will be there. So these all unit cells are combined to form a battery. So the what does this battery does? So it will convert the chemical energy to electric energy, and here one or more of these electrolytic cells are connected in series. So these electrolytic cells are connected in series to form one battery. So that means the grouped cells are enclosed in a casing to form a battery module. So if you buy a battery, then you can see only one solid one. But inside that battery, there are some amount of cells. Those are connected in series. So that is nothing but a battery. So that means a battery pack is a collection of these individual battery modules connected in series and parallel combination to deliver the desired voltage and energy to the power electronic drive system. That means several cells are called as modules and several modules are called as a battery pack. And the energy stored in a battery is the difference in the free energy between the chemical compounds in the charged and discharged state. And this available chemical energy in a cell is converted into electrical energy only on demand using the basic components of a unit cell. And a battery cell will be looking like this. So whenever you are drawing circuits, it will be having a small negative electrode and a positive electrode. So negative electrode indicates the negative charge and positive electrode indicates the positive charge. And here this is how you will be representing a battery cell. Whereas actually a battery will look like this inside. So this is the positive electrode represented with a plus sign and negative electrode with a negative sign. And in between these two sometimes separator will be there, sometimes it will not be there. And these two electrodes are placed in the electrolytic medium. This is the cell container here. And so the components of the battery cell are, first one is positive electrode. That means the positive electrode is an oxide or sulfide or some other compound that is capable of being reduced during cell discharge. This electrode consumes electron from the external circuit during cell discharge. And some examples of positive electrodes are lead oxide PbO2 and nickel oxyhydrochloride NiOOH. The electrode materials are in the solid state. Coming to the negative electrode is a metal or an alloy that is capable of being oxidized during cell discharge. This electrode generates electrons in the external circuit during cell discharge. And some of the examples of negative electrodes are lead and cadmium. And negative electrode materials are also in the solid state within the battery cell. And the electrolyte is the medium that permits the ionic conduction between positive and negative electrodes of a cell. And the separator is the electrically insulating layer of the material that physically separates electrodes of opposite polarity. So this is about different parts of the battery. So battery will be having four parts. One is positive electrode, second one is negative electrode, third one is separator, and fourth one is electrolytic medium. And different types of batteries. So there are two different types of batteries. One is primary battery and the second one is secondary battery. So primary battery means, so the batteries that cannot be recharged and are designed for a single discharge are known as primary batteries. So the batteries which are used only for single charge, that means whenever the charging is over, then they are thrown off only. They are not recharged again. So those are nothing but the primary batteries. Examples of primary batteries are nothing but lithium batteries used in watches, calculator, and the cameras which we have used earlier, that is analog cameras will be are there, right? So in those cameras we will be using those, etc. And manganese dioxide batteries used to power toys, radios, torches. So some of previously radios will be having batteries only, and also torches will be having. Those torches will not be having a rechargeable battery. So at that time these are used, these are were there. But Nowadays, the torches are having rechargeable batteries itself. Those are called secondary batteries. So coming to the definition of secondary batteries, batteries that can be recharged by flowing current in the direction opposite to that during discharge are known as secondary batteries. So the current flows in one direction and recharged current flows in the opposite direction so that it will be charged. And the examples of secondary batteries are lead acid Pb acid batteries, nickel cadmium batteries, nickel metal hydride batteries, lithium ion batteries, lithium polymer batteries. Okay, these are the secondary batteries. And coming to the battery parameters, first definition is battery capacity. So the battery capacity is defined as the amount of free charge generated by the active material at the negative electrode and consumed by the positive electrode is called battery capacity. And the capacity is measured in ampere hours. The units of battery capacity is nothing but ampere hours. 1 ampere hour is equal to 3600 coulombs or coulombs. 600 coulombs or ampere hours are the units of the battery capacity. And the theoretical capacity of battery in coulombs is noted as Q is equal to XNF, where X is equal to number of moles of the limiting reactant associated with complete discharge of the battery, and N is the number of electrons produced by the negative electrode discharge reaction, and F is the Faraday constant. Next one is state of charge. State of charge is nothing but the amount of capacity that remains after discharge from the top of charge condition. So when a battery is fully charged, after that it will discharge after some time, some amount of capacity is used. That means some amount of charging is over. So the remaining charge which is there in the present battery. That means if you see in mobiles there is 90% charge, 80% charge or fully charged, it will be saying that. So that means the state of charge is nothing but the amount of capacity that remains after discharge from a top of charge condition. And the formula for SOC is nothing but SOC is equal to, suppose the QT is the total charge, QT minus and the charge which is which is already consumed, that is I of t dt, that is QT minus I of t. That means the QT is nothing but total charge. Total charge is equal to SOC plus discharge. So this is nothing but the state of discharge. Total charge minus state of discharge is depth of discharge is nothing but the SOC. Now state of discharge SOD is nothing but the, as we told now, integral I of t dt. That is, it is a measure of charge that has been drawn from a battery. Mathematically, it is denoted as SOD is equal to integral 0 to t I of t dt. So this SOC is nothing but total charge QT minus state of discharge. This is the state of discharge. And depth of discharge is the nothing but it is the percentage of battery capacity to which a battery is discharged. So the depth of discharge is given by DOD is equal to SOD divided by Q. And specific energy. Specific energy is the amount of electrical energy stored for every kilogram of battery mass. So that means for every kg of mass, how much amount of energy is stored? That is nothing but specific energy. So that specific energy is given by the formula energy discharge energy divided by total battery mass. And the units of specific energy is nothing but WH divided by kg. That is units of energy is watt hour divided by mass is nothing but kilogram. That is specific energy. And specific power is the amount of power obtained per kilogram of battery. It is expressed in watts per kilogram. That is power divided by mass. The power units are watt hours and the mass units are kg. So the units are watt hour per kg. Where B is the power delivered by the battery and MB is the mass of the battery. Ragone plots. So what is this Ragone plot? Ragone plot is a plot used for comparing the specific energies of various energy storing devices. So there are different energy storing devices. Those are ultra capacitors and gasoline engines, batteries, fuel cells. So different types of energy storing devices are there. So for all these energy storing devices, there is a chart produced. So on y-axis you will be taking the specific power and on x-axis you will be taking the specific energy. So if you plot a graph against the specific energy and specific power, you can obtain these Regone plots. So you can see here, this is the ultra capacitors Regone plot, and these three are the batteries Regone plots, and gas engine Regone plots are these. And for the fuel cell, this is the Regone plot. So these are the different plots for comparing the specific energy for various energy storing devices. Okay, this is the Regone plot.